Hello everyone, you're welcome to Data War, the power of perspective and opinion. This is a program where facts meet feelings and diverse voices shapes the dialogue. Today, we step into one of society's deeply rooted and most debatable territories, gender roles. From our workplaces to our home fronts to tradition, there are so many voices circulating that of gender roles. But the major question is that, are gender roles a guide, a limitation, or is a bit of both? Let the data speak, let's challenge the status quo, and let opinion spark. Let's get ready for perspectives. You're welcome back to Data War. I have here with me two wonderful guests, one to my right and one to my left. I'll go straight to them. They would introduce themselves, tell you more about them, and I get to also know them more. You're welcome to Data War, please.
Thank you so much.
I would like you to mention your name and tell us more about you, please.
All right, thank you so much. I'm George Dubate. I'm a nurse, a mental health advocate, and an entrepreneur.
Okay, so we have here with us Mr. George Dubate.
Yes.
He is a nurse, he's a mental health advocate, and he's an entrepreneur. You're welcome to Data War, please.
Welcome.
Okay, so going straight to my right, I have here one wonderful gentleman. Please, you help us with your name and what we need to know about you.
All right. My name is David Armstrong Tommy, and I'm a content creator, I'm a food enthusiast, and I play basketball too.
Okay, so we have here with us Mr. David Armstrong Tommy. He is a food enthusiast, he is a basketball player, and he's a concept developer. You're welcome to Data War once again. We have here with us today to discuss gender roles, one of Ghana and the world's most debatable territories and topics. And I believe that we are ready to give to the public what they need to know, really, and how to disseminate and break down the concept of gender roles. So without wasting my time, we'll go straight into the discussion. So I'll pick it from my left to my right as I did from the beginning. So Mr. George or Mr. Dubate,
Yes.
please, can you help us? What in its broader sense is gender to you?
All right, that's a great topic that I think it needs to be digested well so that people will be able to appreciate the concept of gender and then the role it's play in individuals' lives. So gender is most of the time confused with what sex is. So sex talks about mainly either male or female or other ones that we may not be able to discuss now, or in later times we may talk about them. But gender talks about norms and then cultural accepted as well as values that are ascribed to male or female, and then they are expected to live by in a society. So it talks about how the society or culture accepts certain rules, and then they consider it appropriate, giving it to individuals, be it male or female, and they are supposed to live by them. And they may change from a society to a society. Yes. So these we may define as gender.
Gender, wow. Okay, so while you were talking, you made mention of sex.
Yes.
I'll come back to that. Let me go
problem.
to Mr. Armstrong. So, Mr. Armstrong, to you, what is gender to you in the broader sense? What is gender to you?
Okay, so when we say gender, basically everyone will say gender is male and female. That is what we understand. But as Mr. George was saying, gender is a deeper, you get it. So basically that's what I can say.
Okay, so you also accept his opinion too, that gender goes beyond being male and female. It has to do with society's ascribed, I would say, role or duties,
Yes.
right? Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So coming back to you from
Okay.
what you just mentioned, what is sex?
Okay.
If sex is not the ascribed rules from society to a man or a woman, then what is sex?
Okay, so sex is more of biological and anatomy, in the sense that when one is giving birth to, you have this physical attribute that makes him different from another person who happens to be a female.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So when you look at it, we will consider the anatomy of the individual. The person have certain physical structures that are different from the other person. That makes that person, the sex of that person, to be a male. And then also another factor that may make someone different is the chromosomes they have. We may not go too much into that, but then the characteristics that they may portray as a result of the physical changes they have or differences they have make one to have a certain sex. However, we have people that may have both of these two that we are talking of, which give another different meaning to it. Yes. Yes. So for sex, we are talking of the biological makeup of an individual, what the person come out with from birth.
Right.
So sex is the biological makeup of an individual, whether male or female,
or the other one,
which is a non-binary.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. Okay, so as we rightly made mention of, we are discussing gender roles. We just had a good definition of what gender is. So if you do not know, today you and I, we've learned that gender isn't about sex. Sex is what you and I would term, or you and I always see people have. They have the breast, they have the physical looks. But then in terms of gender has to do with what society sees a man to do or a woman to do, if I'm right.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is it for us. So what then is gender roles? I'll take it from you first. Gender roles. If gender is the ascribed duties from society, then what is gender roles?
Okay, so for me, for what I've seen, what I've experienced, what I've learned, I would say gender roles are basically the responsibilities both genders are supposed to play.
Okay, the responsibilities.
Yes, in our society. What a man is supposed to do, what a woman is supposed to do, basically. That is what I understand.
Do you agree to that one?
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
So you agree that there are some responsibilities that men have to do and women have to do. So whichever responsibility that is given to each party, that is what we can term as gender roles. Is that what you...
Exactly. And then to add to that, some of these rules are shaped by culture.
Okay.
And then they are as well shaped by the society. And sometimes the institution. So when you talk of institution like this, the first social institution we can talk of is the family. So right from childhood, individuals have been given distinct roles to play, and as they grow, they find themselves more different from the other person. Oh, okay, Kweku does this. He have been given these roles to do. Amma is given these roles to do. So as they grow up, they pick up those rules and accept it that, okay, a male is supposed to do this and a female is also supposed to do this particular one.
But there's a saying where there's a saying across, which is what a man can do, a woman can do and do better. So would you say that...
I like that I'm strong as man.
So would you say that we don't really have strict rules for men and strict rules for women? Would you say that we don't have strict rules for women and strict rules for men? Because if a man can carry a bag of cement, a woman can also do it. A man is working in the factory, a woman can also work in the factory. So would you agree to that saying that what a man can do, a woman can do and do better?
No.
You wouldn't agree. Okay, to what extent? Tell
me.
To what extent?
There are a lot of things men can do that women cannot do.
Really?
Yes.
Hey, okay.
So there are a lot of things men can do that women cannot do.
Really?
Yeah. Mr. George even agree with me. Yeah, because
he doesn't agree with you. No, he can't agree with you.
Oh,
no, the reason he can't agree with. No, I'm a lady here, so I wouldn't let you beat up the ladies with this one. No.
Okay. No, but then you yourself will even agree with me. Yeah.
I understand you to some extent. So I would want you to pick it to some extent. So to some extent, there are some things that women can't do. But to the larger sense, if a woman puts her mind to something to do, she can do it.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, she can do it. There are so many great women here in Ghana and across the world. And they are doing greater things, just like men are doing. Yes. So we can't stand here or sit here and dispute the fact that what a man can do, a woman can't do. She can't do, and if she wants to do it better, she'll do it better. Or unless you have a different assertion. You want to talk, you can talk.
So, in the first place, I find it difficult to even understand that concept of what a man can do, a woman can do it, and even better. To even add that word better over there is surprising and it's mind-blowing because
that is why you are confused. So
yes,
you need to look into it.
Yes, because you see, you just made a statement that when a woman puts up the mind to do something, she can do it.
Yes.
But to add the better over there, I mean, it contradicts the whole thing. We've seen women who have played significant roles even in this country, Ghana.
Yes.
And then we can pinpoint to that. But, I mean, ruling it out that they can even do it better. There are quite a lot of things that women can do, but to say they can even do it better, I mean, it's like you are overshadowing men and even pushing them down to the point that, I mean, they are no longer needed to some points.
Right.
You see the thing?
Okay.
And that is why that has opened room for a lot of problems we are seeing right now. I may not say too much of them, but then it has made women's arms to be too raised that we have married couple that both of them see themselves to be men in the house. Yes. And because they are men and they continue to be a man, the house cannot contain both of them.
But don't forget that we are discussing gender roles. So in a situation where the man's role is not well defined or the man doesn't define his role well, the woman can take the role. So if the woman takes the role, it means both of them become men. But she's not becoming a man. But the moment she takes the role, she's becoming a man. Okay, so we take it from there. Let's continue with our discussion. So ladies and gentlemen, we are still on gender roles. And I think the discussion is becoming interesting as time passes by. You and I out there can find out for ourselves. And as we are giving to you that women can do and men can do. But then as our guest rightly said, doing it better as a woman, sometimes to some extent, should be ruled out in a way. We'll go there some other time. Let's continue from there. Based on this, what would we say are some of the roles of women in the society? I'll take it from you. Some of the roles of women in the society.
I can say women are like caregivers. They're like teachers. They train. Let me say it like that, because it was our mothers that trained us to become who we are. Because our fathers didn't really get the time for us. So women play like a really, really very like significant role when it comes to the society. Yeah, they play a very big role. So that's what
you just said something and I love that. It takes me back to what we were discussing. You said that our fathers didn't really have time for us. It means their roles have been lost to value. Don't worry.
They were
I'll come back
money.
to you. Let me go.
They were bringing money.
Don't worry. I'll come back to you. Don't worry. I'll come back to you.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
No, I've got you wrong already. Don't worry.
I think before you even come to me, I'll try to explain his point further so that you don't take it out of context.
Okay.
So his point was that our fathers are not there. Okay. Is that the case? Yes. Now, what are they doing? Where were they? Because they also have a certain role to play. He stated the first point that women are caregivers. So where are they supposed to be? We need to see them caring. So as at that point, the man also have a role to play. So because of that, he's not available at the moment. So the woman is supposed to champion her role. You see, this is where my point comes in. That all of us have roles to play. Yes. Champion your own. Do the best in yours. And leave what is for the man to do. When there is an agreement that, okay, let's share these roles and do it, and it depends on both of us, let's share it and play, it becomes an agreement from both sides. You see, but to leave your role and come and take somebody's role and say, I can even do it and do it better, that is where the conflict comes in. You see that thing? So women have the role of caregiving. They have the role to, do a lot as far as the kitchen is concerned. Yes. Yes.
Okay, no.
I'm not ruling that out. You see, when I say that one, that doesn't mean, I'm a married man and I cook. My wife comes to eat. You see the thing? We both sit in the kitchen and cook. That is not a total role that is ascribed to me by society or by culture. But it is an agreement. We come together, assist each other, so that nobody will be deficient in his or her role. You see the thing? That is the key over here. That there should be agreement. You come together and provide the assistance. Right. However, you must understand that you have a peculiar role you are supposed to play at each point in time.
Okay. Based on what you just said, and what do you think are some splitting out or naming some strict rules of men in the society?
Strict rules of men.
Like if you would want to name some, what are some of the rules of men in the society?
Okay. So they are, if we have caregivers, then we should have people who provide. So they are the providers to the house, and they play the role as the authority figures, ensuring that their homes are not invaded. They must show that masculine attitude and character. You see, they must be able to pay bills. So these are not individual rules that somebody just conjure from somewhere and say, okay, men should do this. Like we said, the rules are ascribed by society. They approve of it, and then all men channel that particular path. You get it?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So thank you for your contribution. I think from what you just said, we have quite a split difference between the roles of a man and that of a woman. And I understand you when you say a man is the provider of the house, or he provides most of the basic amenities in the house.
Not only
and
providing.
They
make decisions. That stands in a family, even in the society.
I'll get to yours very soon. Wait. So since we have his own caregiving from your end, and then we have the provision, they make decisions also. I understand that. So I want to take two ends of the home, of the society. In a society or in the home, generally we know that women are meant to keep the house.
Okay.
Women are meant to, just as you mentioned some minutes ago, the kitchen is for them, homekeeping is for them, caregiving is for them. And you just said that paying the bills too is for a man. So right now, I want us to pick the two ends, and then we'll take it from there. In terms of housekeeping, currently in our current state, current world, is housekeeping basically for a man or a woman? And paying bills, is it for a man or a woman in our current world?
Wow.
Let's pick the two ends and let's look into it.
Okay.
Let's take housekeeping first.
Okay.
Housekeeping for me,
Currently,
not even currently.
in the current system we are running now.
Okay. I would say it's for the women.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take it back to the olden days when our culture was what we're living with. That a woman is not supposed to be schooling. Those days, women were supposed to be wives. They're supposed to stay in the house. They're supposed to care. They're supposed to cook, clean, and everything. They're not supposed to go anywhere beyond the house. And the men are supposed to go, they farm, they work, bring the money. So basically, when it comes to that, that's their duty. That's their responsibility.
So to you, housekeeping currently is still for women.
Of course.
It shouldn't be for men. But I do know that currently there are women who are doing everything as men. As in, they go to work, they also come back late like
Are they
men.
married?
Whether married or not, they are doing almost the same thing as men. You understand that? So I'll come back to you. Let me go to Mr. Dubati.
This question, in our current dispensation and time we are in, I think it have to be dealt with on the basis of understanding in the house. Yes, so that we don't push it solely, because you see, if we look at the old time, like Armstrong Wright says, the women don't do anything in terms of bringing in money to the house. But currently, you can see a woman who earns more than the husband. One, that doesn't make that woman the authority of the house. Yes. Regardless to the fact that you earn more. So it has to be based on agreement. Based on the kind of work we do. How can we be able to take care of this house such that there will not be role confusion? That is why they deploy people like house helps into the house. And then the woman can also freely go and come back. Now, if they also agree again that, okay, I want you to concentrate on taking care of our children, and then I will also pay you for the work you do in a house. Yes. So you are going to be in a house as a housewife, and you are going to be paid, or you are going to have incentives as much as possible so that you don't step out and you will have a good attention for our children. Why not? Because now there are a lot of things that are going on recently. That you see that children are not able to have quality time with their parents.
Right.
Yes. Right. Fathers are always on the move to make ends meet for the house. then the woman is also making those movements. At the end of the day, the children are left with social media. They are left in the hands of people who are not able to take good care of them. And now, from the psychological perspective, we need a certain level of bonding and attachment for children from that preschool age up to the time they could go to school. Here lies the case: the child does not know anything and is not even interested in anything about school. That tender age is pushed to crèche, year 1, year 2, year 3, all spending in KG1, KG2, KG3 and continues. By the time he's due to class 1, a lot of money have been wasted and have been spent.
I won't cut you down, but so in this case, is it the fault of the man or the woman?
So because I would say the fault is from the house, because the agreement must be there.
Okay.
Yes, that okay, this is what we are earning. And you realize that if I ask you to stay in the house, it's not going to help us. And then the bills that we are paying is also going to be high. So why don't we come in agreement and see how can we solve this? Are we going to employ a house help, or you are going to play that role so that you can be able to have that full attachment and then bonding with the child?
The child.
Yes.
Okay, so to you, there should be an agreement between both parties.
Exactly.
They should sit down, look into that.
And then the rule shouldn't be made that it is a must, and then by imposing it that she have to play all the roles, regardless to the fact that that is what society has approved of it. But to prevent your marriage from breaking, to prevent your home from breaking, it's now time for individual to sit and consider which one will be best for us to choose from.
Okay, so in a situation where you have a man who says, I wasn't trained in that way, I don't know how to cook, I don't know how to clean, I don't know how to wash, I don't know how to do it, and that's why I married you. I married you because I want you to wash for me.
Why did
I married you because I need
get married?
Exactly.
If you don't know how to cook.
No, so there are some men like that.
Okay.
They claim they don't know how to cook, and that's why I got married to you. And there are some men who feel they have their money, they have everything. The only thing they need a woman for, aside sex, is to wash for them, clean for them, and then that's it for them. They don't need your money. They don't need any other thing. All they need from you, give them sex, wash, clean. That's all. And you are expecting him to come back and do that job with you because you are working or you want to work. No. So what happens to such a man or such a woman who marries a man like that, or a man who marries a woman like that? There are some women who boldly say, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. What do you do to such a lady coming to you? What do you do to such a lady?
I'll not get married to you.
You won't get married to the lady. Okay, assuming you're already married to the lady, what do you do? There are people out there, they are married to ladies like that. They are always in the kitchen as a man. They have to close and come back early because their wives wouldn't cook for them. They have to eat outside.
Because
this
that is the
situation.
very reason why he has not chosen that particular person. Because there are a lot of choices to choose from. And he saw that
he
this
made
person...
a bad decision.
Yes, so he realized that this person will not be able to support this side of me. And then, like Anshuran said, he said he has put it aside. So,
no, okay. So in a situation where you're already married to the person.
Oh, but he will know much about the person, a little about the person. There are some things you may not know about the person, but for food, at least.
How do you want me to survive?
No, it's not about the surviving. She will tell you, let's go buy food outside. I mean, the food we are cooking in the house is the same as out there.
But then I'm sure she knows that eating outside is not really healthy.
Not all ladies believe in that because of the culture. Just as we're saying, the training from infancy will determine how the person responds to roles, either in marriage, outside marriage, at work. Do you understand that? So if the lady wasn't trained in that way, she can't meet it up.
So I feel like right now we are losing our cultural values. That's what I'll say. We are losing it because right now the women in general are literally taking it that if you don't know how to do some certain things, you can still get married. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Because our mothers used to cook for our fathers. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They cook for our fathers and we come from school and come and eat.
Yeah.
What about them? They get it. So right now I feel like some of the faults are also coming from our elderly people because they didn't really get the time to train our wives.
Okay.
You see, they didn't get the time to train our wives for them to know how to do some certain things. Because
I think that is where my points come in. Because the training that these younger ones are supposed to receive from that preschool, say,
right.
The wife is running from one work to another. And I've left those children for others to take care of. From school, they come, they also move on to it. And then the moment they are done with that stage, some of them, they spend most of their years in the boarding house. And then from that, they move on to tertiary,
Yes.
and continue from there, and then get married.
Yes.
So the training from that infancy is not there.
Yes.
Yes, and is it social media you are going to learn it at?
No.
You go and learn how to prepare okra soup.
From social media.
Social
It's
media.
on TikTok and everywhere.
You see, I'm saying that apport that we see even in exam is for intelligent people. With the sense that if you don't have the basis for it, how would you be able to make it?
Mhm.
You see the thing?
Right.
So if you don't have the basis of how to mix the things, because it's not just tomatoes and how do you call it, oil that make
Yeah.
jollof rice.
Yeah.
The mixture of it makes sense.
Mm.
Yes. So if you put all together at a go, it will not make a jollof. It needs certain timings
Yes.
where
Yes.
the onion have to come inside.
Yes.
There's a time
They don't know.
where the
They don't
spice
know.
have to come inside.
They don't know.
So
Yeah.
if you don't get that basis, you may get to the online and then everything will be like stars. You
Okay.
just mix it and you make the bad choice out of it.
Yeah.
So, like you rightly said, the cultural values are being missed, and because of that, it is creating more problems. And we may associate these problems to the bigger picture, but then the picture is right from the very beginning.
Yeah.
You have your role to play. Champion your role and master it, rather than leaving it and saying that what people can do, you can do it and do it better.
It's not even
We
about
are
the
not
cooking.
even
It's not really
fighting.
about the cooking. It's about training
Everything
the kids.
in
Because
Exactly.
right now there are some kids there. They don't respect because their parents don't have time for them. Because
Exactly.
as Mr. George is saying, the mommy is running, the daddy is running. Nobody's taking care. Because if you employ a nanny for your kids,
Mhm.
basically the nanny is feeding the kids,
Mhm.
making sure their
Everything
needs,
is, yeah.
cleaning your house. They are not training your kids for you.
Yeah.
It's not every nanny that will train your kid.
Mhm.
Do you get what I'm
Yes,
trying to
please.
say? Yes. So if the woman is running, the man is running, that means
The children are losing that of their
Exactly.
parents and their
so
connection.
because some child will see you working, the child will not even greet. Even if you talk about it, they even end up disrespecting you.
Mm.
Because I mean, they don't even see their parents in the house to greet them good morning, good afternoon.
So if I understand, you do not have that culture from.
I have
from
a friend
the
like
basis.
that. I've experienced it. Yeah. One time I asked him that, you when you wake up in the morning, do you greet your grandma? I was like, greet her for what? Yeah, because
You don't
That's
see
serious.
the need.
he doesn't see the need. But then I feel like when you wake up in the morning,
Mhm.
even though you're staying in the same house with the person, you have to
There should be
greet the
that
person. Yeah,
connection. Yeah.
good morning. It shows a sign of respect because both parties didn't have time for
The
him.
children, they grew
He
up.
doesn't
to-
see a need to do that. So you wake up, see his grandma, he will pass, go and do whatever he has to do and get out
Exactly.
of the house.
He doesn't
No,
care.
we are losing our cultural values and it's very, very,
Right.
very bad. It's very, very bad.
All right, so dear world out there and dear society
very
out
bad.
there, don't forget we are talking about gender roles and we are looking into how society treats our gender currently and how we are all running our roles day in and out. And at this point, I think you and I will bear with us that there are some roles that as men and women we need to play, and not just men and women. It starts from the home, as one of our guests said. So it starts from the home. We pick it from the home, train up the child the way he should go, so that when he or she grows, they do not depart from it. So when the child picks it up from the beginning, you and I, we pick it up from the beginning, then we know how to go. The child knows how to go and how to run him or herself. Don't forget, housekeeping, as we rightly said, is not just for men and it's not for women. The moment the two of you are running, as in working, or both of you are doing the same thing at the same time, waking up at dawn and coming back late, you sit down and you structure yourself to suit yourselves and the home, which is the kids and yourself. So during the curtains down, we take the very last one. In terms of paying of bills, I am working as a woman. You're working as a man. We are married. Paying of bills. Who is expected to pay bills in the house? Is it a man or the woman? Yes, I'll take it from you, Mr. George. Do that.
Okay. So I think this happened to be one of the challenging questions that is bombarding a lot of people's mind with the sense that the bills are solely the responsibility of the man. That's right. That's right. But we are talking of transition of culture and where we are currently. If we accept A to be good, then we should also accept B also. That it can also be good too. Because if you accept that I can help you, then when it comes to my responsibility also, then there is a need for you to also help. So this also comes to agreements with both couple. Yes. Agreement. Yes. Okay. That the light bills, the bill for water, the bill for waste, Wi-Fi, among others. Maybe TV. I mean, some of those few things we could share and see that, okay, which one can you take? Which one can I take?
Yeah.
Let's see how best we can share this. So that, because if you tie all around my neck and I'm not able to breathe, you are also not going to be
in a safe space.
Exactly. Because I will also make sure your work becomes difficult. You also make sure mine becomes difficult. And at the end of the day, both people are not going to have a safe place to be.
Okay, so I wouldn't want to cut you down. There's this scenario. I want to give you a scenario. There's this man who says, I don't want a woman to pay anything for me. Because by the moment you allow women to pay bills, let's say water bills, electricity, and any other thing in the house or out there, even if you take her out and you allow her to pay some of the bills of whatever thing that you're going to do out there, she takes advantage of it and she begins to behave somehow. Do you agree to that?
Okay,
so some men do not accept women paying bills for them, even though the woman would want to do it willingly. So based on what you are saying, I want to pick it from a man who doesn't believe in that culture. What do you say to such a man?
Okay, so if that's work for him, that's fine for him.
Okay.
But then, from my point of view, I would suggest that as much as possible, if a man has the means, you take care of the 100%.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sure in no time, I may get there and I should be able to take care of the 100%.
Okay.
But if from the beginning you realize that you will not be able to cater for the 100% and it's maybe 70-30, fine. And you continue and you realize that, okay, you're able to win the whole 100%, because you want to also show that, okay, not to actually show off, but then to really prove that you are in charge, to really prove that, okay, I went for her, and then you want to raise a house. If I'm not able, why don't you come in? How can you help? But from a man who doesn't want the woman to play that role in any way, may come from previous history. Maybe he have had a certain experience.
Relationship,
Yes. And maybe he may have certain valid data from either family or a friend, or the community around, how people have been treated when women have been given that little opportunity to step in, and how they ended it. So that will be from personal perspective. Yes. But I would suggest, if it is possible and a man can handle 100%, why not? If you cannot handle the 100% of everything, the two of them should come into negotiation.
I feel like everything is understanding and communication.
Exactly. That's
how
the point.
I feel. Even if you can handle the 100%, I feel like the woman is also supposed to show some efforts.
But let's not forget that we are not talking about relationship only. We're talking about workplace. We are talking about marriage. We are talking about society in general.
Yeah.
Not just about marriage.
Yeah.
So don't single it out so much. Okay.
Even in our communities, some people actually have it in their mind that these rich men staying in the community are the ones supposed to build the community. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes the rich men in the community, it's not their responsibility to do the roads or anything. But then even if they want to do it, you, the community people, are also supposed to bring hands. You get it? Because, we have this piece saying, say, Benkum Jari Nifa, hands go, hands come, that thing. Yeah, because if I want to help, you also have to help me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yes. So I feel like if you have the ability to fund everything 100%, I feel like
there should be some
I think Mr. Armstrong would be that type of man who would want to, if he has the chance, he would even want a lady to take all the 100%.
No. I'm a very sweet person.
From where he's coming from, he says that, look at the way he's saying it. I feel like if you think you can help, why not help? Because
it's an
act of courtesy.
That's how I see it.
But a woman is supposed to be a woman. As I just asked.
So we don't breathe?
No, you breathe as a man.
I want to understand that.
What even happened to
a woman is supposed to be a woman.
In
the sense that what is supposed to be for a man to do, I think a man is supposed to do it.
Really?
You can't take me out as a woman.
Really?
And then you decide to make me food bills unless I want to do it. And even that is to an extent. So do you understand that?
This brought a point in mind. There is this argument that goes on that the man's money is our money, and then my money it's my money.
Yes.
Why?
Like,
no, listen.
You see,
a man's
the way
money
you-
is his money, and a man's money is both of us. Is for both of us, and a woman's money is for her. Certainly, yes. Why should it be
where
so?
from that theory?
Where's
Who
from-
propounded it?
Who even made that rule?
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no,
who made
from
that rule?
which origin?
No, listen. Okay, well, I don't know where you're coming from. Maybe you could tell me where you're coming from, then I will tell you wherever maybe it's coming from in a way. Then maybe we could understand each other. So let me.
You explain yours. Yes.
No, for me, I would say that if a man's money is for both of us and a woman's money is for a woman, is from the olden point of it. As in, a man is meant to provide for the house.
Okay.
We've already said that.
Okay.
So if a man is providing, he provides almost everything we know
Okay.
to be provided for a woman
Okay.
and for his kids and for the house. In terms of a company, in terms of society, whoever that is in charge is meant to provide for the community and the society. Do you understand it? So if a man's money is for all of us, which means that a man is supposed to provide for a woman and his kids. But a woman is not meant from the beginning to be a provider. No, a woman is a helper.
Okay.
She's not a provider. Do you understand it?
But
So if
helping
she
also
gets it
comes
and
with
it's for her-
providing.
That is why
that's how I see
a
it.
woman-
From my perspective.
From
Exactly.
your perspective, what?
Yes, helping comes with providing too.
So helping is
so,
from what
Mr.
you have,
Fakuma,
and then she's pushing the idea.
let's make it so simple for ourselves.
Mhm.
So I needed this water to drink.
Mhm.
I don't have it.
Mhm.
You have it. Can you help me with your water?
And then I give it to you.
Let's do that practical
Okay,
demonstration.
so this is the water.
Haven't you helped me with it?
I've helped you with it.
Haven't you provided it to me?
You have taken it.
You
You have taken
don't
it.
want to understand the fact that helping comes to
No, I
providing.
understand it.
Yeah.
You get it? Helping comes to providing.
No, I understand it. But then the point
helping is not
Yes.
like this. Okay, do
No.
it. Okay, I'm here giving you moral support.
Let me take my
giving you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't understand
No,
it. That's what I'm saying.
You should understand it in the sense that I am a woman.
Yeah.
And as a woman, unless I really want to, if I don't really want to give you something, I wouldn't ever give it. I'll feel like you need to. That is why we have so many problems in communities, in marriages, because she feels it's the responsibility of a man to do.
So,
Do you understand? That is why, take your
Back
time.
to you.
That is why a man would help a wife to wash in the house. And then if you don't find, permit me to say this, if you don't find a wise woman, she ends up taking advantage of what you are doing for her. Do you understand it? Forgetting that what you are helping her to do or what you are doing for her, you are just giving her a helping hand.
Mhm.
Gender roles, don't forget, we're talking about gender roles.
Yeah.
So if from before or from the olden days, women are supposed to wash, cook. So if currently a woman is washing and a man helps, she should see that as, let me say, a benefit or as an opportunity
Oh, yes.
gained from the man.
Oh, yes.
But that's why I say if the woman is not wise,
Mhm.
to my audience out there, if the woman is not wise, that is where she sees you as being some sort of liability or some sort of an empty person for helping her to do her actual role or her actual responsibility that is ascribed to her. And as a man too, if a woman is paying her bills and you see her somewhat, it is because you are also not seeing her in the right way. So to me, a woman from the beginning is not supposed to pay bills. She's not supposed to provide. She's supposed to help.
But you
And
just
a man,
seen
take your
a-
time.
a
No.
clear
This
definition of
is
providing.
Take your time. Do you know that the things we learn in school is different from what you learn in school? It's different from what you come to meet on the field. Do you know that? There's difference between the two of them. When you come, there's the practical part is mostly sometimes a bit expanded more than the theory part. So your ability to apply the theory makes you a good learner. Do you know that? So picking it from here, I would want us to give our very last words on gender roles, the paying of bills, housekeeping, and the roles of assigned to women and men in the society at large. I'll pick it from you, then I'll end it
Okay,
there.
right. Before I say my last words,
Oh, yes.
right now I feel like it's everybody's responsibility to do things in a family.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for the man to do it. You can also do it. It doesn't take anything. Do you get it? As far as there is love and a very good communication between the two of you, I don't see it to be a problem with the woman also taking the bills in the family. As you said, if you marry a wise woman, this thing is not going to be a problem in your family at all. So it's not a man's full responsibility to take care of the bills in the family, and it's not the woman's full responsibility to take care of the house. You get it?
Mhm.
everybody has to work hand in hand. For me, that is how
So
I
it
see
means
it.
you marry a wise woman and you marry a generous man. If not, you'll be lost.
Yes.
So you give me your last
basically.
words from there, then
Basically.
I'll move straight to Mr. Dubati.
That's how I see
Your
it.
last words,
Yes.
final words.
So my last words, I feel like right now, we just go back to our olden days and maintain our cultural values.
Okay.
We should get time for ourselves, communicate. We shouldn't put like a responsibility on one person that this is what you're supposed to do and this is what you're supposed to do. No, I feel like everything should work hand in hand. So yeah, so my last words.
All right, so from Mr. Armstrong to me,
Yeah.
David, he says that everything should work hand in hand. That is his final words. Everything should work hand in hand. It shouldn't be given to just one person to do. If you're a woman and you can do it. If you're a man and you can do it. At the end of the day, if it's a marriage, make sure you're marrying a wise woman and you're marrying a generous man. That will help you more. Mr. Dubati,
All right.
your final words.
So my final words will go like this: that, even as we are trying to empower women to take up roles and then man up in the community, in the society, and whatsoever field we find ourselves in, let's not forget that if we suppress man in the expense of like trying to elevate women, are we leaving them to come and get married to, excuse me to say, men who become dropout, men who become robbers, men who become, excuse me to say, irresponsible?
Yeah.
So there have to be that clear cut. As you are empowering women, you don't make it to look like we have to suppress men for them to rise. Give equal opportunities so that women are able to grow. Men are also able to grow. By so doing, we will have a strong society where there is equality,
Right.
there is a balance,
Right.
and then there is good upholding of societal norms and values,
Right.
so that we don't end up in a chaotic society where women are chasing men over things that are supposed to be man own.
Mhm.
And then men are also chasing women, and that is what is ending up in people trying to leave their biological identity and turn into becoming a man or a woman, or forcing themselves to do what they are not supposed to do and what they can't do.
Right.
You see the thing?
That's very true.
So let's focus on this side of balancing the two. If you are giving opportunity for women to grow, do that to men also, so that we all end up in a very good society where we can see ourselves as friends, brothers and sisters, men and women who are contributing significantly to their community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dubate. I think he has spoken a lot and you rightly heard him. And I think what we can pick from here on is that we need to have equal opportunities
Exactly.
to both men and women. So a man should be given an opportunity. A woman should also be given an opportunity. So both ends, and then at the end of the day, we have a good building society. What I will leave here with you is that we are in an advancing world. And in an advancing world, there are so many technologies, so many changes, so many ups and downs for men and women. Gender roles are switching one way or the other. But whichever way that it goes, as our guest, Mr. Armstrong, rightly said, let's not forget our culture as Ghanaians, and let's not forget our individual cultures wherever we find ourselves. Let's not forget also that in this world, everybody, per your gender, you have an ascribed responsibility. Stick to yours. And in terms of helping to, if you want to extend a hand to either a man or a woman, you should do, and you do it out of a willing heart. This has been Data War, the power of perspective and opinion. I am Ajoa Frakuma Sikapa. Thank you.